welcome to TLD's debate, and I hope you know me that I'm Pratiksha Shukla. I'm your host for this evening. So today's topic is very interesting, and unless and until you're not living under a rock or in a well, you should be well aware of it. The topic is that religious practices like wearing hijab should not be allowed in an educational institute. Now, right now, this is the most heated topic, and every news channel, everybody, I guess, is talking about it. But I won't be taking a lot of time of yours. I will be opening the platform soon for you people. But before jumping into the gist, a little history of how this small thing, which could have been solved by some easy and good conversations, it escalated so much. Before diving into that, let me just clarify the rules for our new participants. So the rules of the debate are very simple. We are going to have two rounds. In first round, you will be given 3 minutes. As you can see on the screen, Rashmi, thank you very much. As you can see on our screen, the timer is set. The timer will start, and you will have to conclude your opinion, which can be either in support of the motion or against the motion within 3 minutes. It is strongly advisable that you end it with a conclusion. After every participant has spoken for 3 minutes, we will move to round two. But before round two, I have a very important announcement to make. So, the round two is a question answer round where you can ask your question either to a particular person or you can shoot your question in general, and whoever is willing to answer will answer. After all the questions are over, the platform will be open for your opinions as well, and participants can also ask question and audience can also ask question, and participants obviously you're most welcome. Now with that, let's talk a bit about the topic in hand, that is religious practices like wearing hijab should not be allowed in educational institute. Rather than giving my opinion on this, because this platform is for you people, I'll simply give you a background of how it began. Now everyone has different stories, but the most trusted one is that it happened because of the sort of fight which was going on between ABVP, Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, and CFI, the Campus Front of India, and that escalated into such a big ruckus. So basically, six students of Udupi Women's PU College, they have filed a petition in Karnataka High Court, alleging that their college is not allowing them to attend classes in hijab. Now, rather than solving the matter in hand, the principal allowed the CDC, that was the College Development Committee, which is chaired by a BJP MLA, Raghupati Bhatt. The college let them handle the situation, and who claimed that the Campus Front of India, which is a students' body organization and an Islamic outfit, Raghupati Bhatt claims that that is CFI, they instigated the students' sentiment. But one of those six students' parent, they claim that it actually began because their daughter, she was in a picture in an ABVP protest. But he claims that their daughter has never been a part of ABVP. CFI, that is the Campus Front of India, also claims that ABVP, they forced students, they forced the girl students to come in their protests, and because of that the matter escalated. After that, some of the supporters of ABVP in protest against the girls who were wearing hijab, they came with their saffron scarf, and this matter escalated, became political. Some people also think that it's a political stunt. But because of all this ruckus, we come down to a very important question, that educational institutions, which are considered to be a melting point of all the students belonging from different background, no matter how rich, how poor, uh, they they are presented in a uniform manner, and that is exactly what a uniform symbolizes. It it does not allows the display of any irregularity, of any inequality, and that is the sole objective of uniform. But should the religious symbols like hijab or turban, that is saffron turban or a saffron scarf, should such things be allowed in an educational institute or not? And that is exactly the topic of our debate. And now, with that, let me ask you people what your sides are. Who are the proponents of this motion and who are going to speak against the motion? So, Aditya Singh, will you be participating? And what is your side if you are?
I will be participating
Um, sorry, sorry, Aditya, you're not audible.
Opposing the motion.
Okay, Aditya, you're opposing the motion. Okay, Gaurav, Gaurav Singh, Gyanchand.
In support of
Yes.
the motion.
Okay, Gaurav, you are also supporting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Gaurav, you are supporting, and Gyan is also supporting. Um, Rit, sorry, Ritika Verma, Neelu Kumari, Prakash Singh.
Supporting the motion.
Okay, Prakash, you are supporting. Neelu, are you going to participate?
Yes, yes.
So, are you going to support or will you be opposing the motion?
Supporting the motion.
Fine, Neelu, you are going to support the motion. Uh, Manglesh Kumar.
मैं ऑडियंस हूँ.
ओके आप ऑडियंस हैं ओके अगर आपको मन करे तो आप लास्ट में क्वेश्चन क्वेश्चन आंसर राउंड में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं ओके
ओके.
ओके राहुल हेलो राहुल एम आई ऑडिबल ओके रितांशु
Yes, supporting the motion.
ओके रितांशु यू ऑल सपोर्ट द मोशन सौरभ सौरभ हेलो शशांक सारनी पीपल एम आई ऑडिबल
Yes, you are audible.
सौरभ शशांक राहुल सॉरी राहुल आपने बता दिया था आई एम सॉरी आई एम आस्किंग यू अगेन रश्मि अच्छा विल यू बी पार्टिसिपेटिंग रश्मि people if you're not participating if you're only audience please turn on your mic and speak up you are allowed to be an audience as well fine okay so right
Hey,
now हाँ सारनी hello
I want to be participate.
okay so will you be supporting motion or will you be opposing
Yeah,
it
supporting the motion.
okay sarni you're support and am I pronouncing your name correctly it's sarni right
Yeah, right.
okay sarni uh, hello मुकुल मुकुल आप पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं
Yes, I will be participating.
तो will you be supporting the motion or opposing it
Yes, I would be in favor of motion.
okay Mukul right now we have only one person who is going to oppose the motion and that is Aditya is there anyone who is going to oppose the motion or will be supporting the motion and I have not taken down your names right now I have only one person for the opposition that is Aditya and in support there are Gaurav Gyan Prakash Neelu Ritanshu Sarni and Mukul all
I
right we will
I think Aditya is also supporting the motion. He has written this in the message.
okay oh my goodness you are in favor oh I'm very sorry maybe I took your name on the I wrote your name on the wrong side so right now no one is actually opposing the motion now that will that is a call for a very strange debate but it's okay you're most welcome to share your opinions so Aditya you are also
Uh,
supporting the motion
I just want to add something. I think that we can have not a debate actually. We can have a discussion on it because it is a biased topic in itself. So I don't think so that there will be anyone who is going to, totally oppose it. So we can have a discussion.
yeah, Gaurav, thank you for that suggestion. And obviously, for debate, we need two sides. And right now, everyone is on a single side, so of course, debate cannot take place. We have one more participant. Okay, Shivani, will
Hello. Could you
uh,
hear me, Pratiksha?
yeah, Aditya, I can hear you.
So I will be, what should I say? I will be against the motion.
You wrote in favor, so you are opposing, right?
Yes, for just the debate should be smoothly conducted. So for that purpose, I will be opposing the motion.
Chalo, great Aditya, thank you very much. So Aditya is opposing the motion. Alright, Prerna, are you going to participate? Shivi Singh, Shivi, Prerna, Shivi, okay, you're not participating. Prerna can't speak. Alright. You can be the listeners as well. So without wasting any further time, let us start with our debate, or which can also turn into a discussion in future. So first of all, let's call a supporter here. So whoever wants to come first can take the stage. Gaurav, Gyan, Prakash, Neelu, Ritanshu, Sarni, Mukul. Who wants to go first? All right, let's start with Gaurav. Gaurav, are you ready to go first?
Yeah, I can, but it's my first time here, so I will try. Okay.
Not a problem. We all are learning here, Gaurav. So it's a platform to learn and to grow. Okay, Rashmi, are you ready?
Okay, I will go Pratiksha, no issue.
Acha. All right. Fine, Gyan, you go first, and after that, Gaurav can follow you. So as soon as Rashmi starts the timer, you can speak.
Okay. I think that hijab must not be allowed in educational institutions and hijab should be banned. The reason behind is very clear. I believe schools and colleges are there to give education, to provide quality learning, and their sole motive is to shape our coming generation for the bright future of the nation. But if we allow everyone to do their religious practices inside the institutions, then the question is, would it look like the place of education where we all come for a sole purpose, that is education? I don't think so. I think that we must not allow hijab, because if we allow hijab and those who are opposing are in the opposite side, and they say that okay, now we will wear saffron scarves, or if Christian says that we would come with a cross, then would it look like educational institution, or would it look like a religious ceremony or a religious gathering at a place where everyone is trying to propagate their own religion? So I think that this is the reason we should not allow hijab in educational institution. The reason we are having uniform dress code is that we don't want to differentiate between rich and poor, Hindus and Muslims, and various caste or communities. We want to ensure that we all are equal, and for that uniformity, for that identification, we use a same dress code in our different institutions, whether it is educational institutions or in some private professionals institutions as well. So that is the reason I think that hijab must be banned. Here many people, I see, they are comparing it with turban, Sikh turban, but I think that this comparison is not at all ambiguity, because Sikhs are wearing turban from centuries. But if Muslims say that okay, Muslim girl says that we want to wear hijab today in 2022 because our religion says that it is necessary in our religion to wear hijab. And I would like to ask them that uh, did was it added in 2022 that wearing hijab is compulsory? Because I saw many pictures, many videos that the same girls were not wearing hijab 1 year ago. They were coming as usual, many people came. So I would not go longer. I I would conclude that hijab must be banned, and our purpose of education should be preserved. Instead, we want books, not hijab. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gyan. You spoke very well, and here Aditya has he wishes to go after two people who speak in the favor, and after that, Aditya wishes to go. And actually, Aditya, it is against the rules because we usually prefer for alternate supporters and alternate opposers, so that there can be contrast.
So,
But since no, but since you are our only speaker, we I think we can accept that wish of yours. So any other person who is going to support the motion can come first, and after that, Aditya, you can go. You can speak after that. So,
Okay. May I
Yan,
start?
yeah, Nilu, yeah, okay, you
Okay.
can start.
तो जैसा कि ये जो टॉपिक है हमारा कि रिलीजियस जो प्रैक्टिसेस होते हैं लाइक हिजाब पहनना या भगवा कलर के शॉल को लेना, तो इसे स्कूलों में या कॉलेजों में बैन करना चाहिए या अलाउड करना चाहिए। तो मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि अगर हम लोग हिजाब को बैन करते हैं कि ये पढ़ाई का जगह है, यहाँ पे सारे बच्चे एक यूनिफॉर्म में आएँगे, तो वो यूनिफॉर्म का रियल मीनिंग होता है। तो अगर हम लोग हिजाब को अगर बैन करने का सोचते हैं, तो कहीं न कहीं हम लोग ये देखते हैं कि सिख कम्युनिटी जो होती है, तो वो अपने ऊपर जो वो एक कैप टाइप का जो पहनते हैं, तो उसको लेके तो कभी ऐसा बैन नहीं किया जाता है क्योंकि वो भी तो कहीं न कहीं एक धार्मिक प्रतीक है कि वो सिख कम्युनिटी का पहले से ही बोला गया है कि वो लोग वो पगड़ी जो होता है, वो लोग पहन के जा सकते हैं। तो अगर वो पहनना गलत नहीं है, वो लोग वो पहन के जा सकते हैं स्कूलों में भी और कॉलेजों में भी। इनफैक्ट हम लोग ये देखते हैं कि अगर कोई बड़े-बड़े जॉब में अगर कोई लोग जॉब कर रहे होते हैं, तो हम लोग बहुत टाइम देखते हैं कि अगर कोई सिख कम्युनिटी के जो लोग होते हैं, वो अगर आईएएस, आईपीएस में हैं, तो बहुत सारे आईपीएस कैंडिडेट भी होते हैं, तो वो उस टाइम भी अपना वो पगड़ी पहन के ही जाते हैं, अगर वो सिख कम्युनिटी के होते हैं। तो अगर वो भी तो कहीं न कहीं धार्मिक एब्सोल्यूटली वो धार्मिक प्रतीक ही है। तो अगर हम लोगों को उस चीज़ को लेके कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि चलो वो अलाउड है, तो फिर हम लोग हिजाब को लेके भी बैन नहीं कर सकते कि हिजाब स्कूल के यूनिफ़ॉर्म के रूल के अगेंस्ट जा रही है। तो अगर हम लोग एक कम्युनिटी को फेवर कर रहे हैं और दूसरे को अपोज कर रहे हैं, तो ये आई थिंक मेरे अकॉर्डिंग सही नहीं है। अगर हम लोग हिजाब को बैन करते हैं, तो हम लोगों को सिख कम्युनिटी का वो पगड़ी भी बैन करना चाहिए। तो ही फिर ये कहीं न कहीं एक सही जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रूप से इसको सही माना जाएगा। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी कि अगर हम लोग इसको कंक्लूड करना चाहें, तो अगर हम लोग ये बोल रहे हैं कि हिजाबों को स्कूलों में अलाउड नहीं करना है, तो हम लोगों को ये सिखों की जो पगड़ी वाला जो सिस्टम है, उसको भी बैन करना चाहिए। अगर हम लोग वो सिख का पगड़ी वाले सिस्टम को बैन नहीं करते हैं, तो फिर हम लोगों को हिजाब को भी अलॉट करना चाहिए क्योंकि वो लोग तो मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी की जो लड़कियां हैं वो ये नहीं बोल रही है कि हम लोगों को बुर्का पहन के आने देना है। वो लोग बस ये बोल रही है कि हिजाब पहन के आना है। तो नीचे स्कूल का यूनिफॉर्म और सर ढकने के लिए हिजाब ये कोई बड़ा मामला हो नहीं जाएगा क्योंकि हम लोग सर ढकने के लिए ही सिखों को पगड़ी देते हैं। तो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सपोर्टिंग दिस मूवमेंट। सो हियर दिस इज माय पॉइंट।
Thank you very much, Neelu. And I think you actually, rather than supporting the motion, you actually opposed it. So somehow we are actually working in the right pattern. Because हमारा आज का टॉपिक था कि हिजाब को हिजाब या ऐसे किसी भी रिलीजियस सिंबल को स्कूल्स में बैन कर देना चाहिए। रदर आपने सपोर्ट किया कि नहीं, हिजाब बैन नहीं होना चाहिए, इट इज़ अलाउेबल, उसको अलाउ कर देना चाहिए। तो अब सिंस आपने ऑपोजिशन में बोल दिया है, तो अब मैं किसी सपोर्टर को बुलाना चाहूँगी, एंड आदित्य आप प्लीज़ आप उसके बाद बोलें। ओके, तो
Okay, can I
आई
speak?
वुड, या गौरव, या यू कैन स्पीक।
Uh, okay, so she says that if a turban, the Sikh turban is allowed, then why hijab is not allowed? First of all, we need to know that turban is instinctively a thing that is written and religious practice in a religious practice of Sikhs. It is instinctively in their religious practice, and it can't be separated from them after they become Sikh. And as per the hijab is a choiceable thing. It's up to the choice of the person. It is not written anywhere in the Islamist text or anything, Quran or anything as such, that it is must. So we need to understand this difference. For to prove my point, I just want to say that many Islamist countries, even Turkey and Azerbaijan, like these countries, they have banned the hijab in their educational institutions. If it is so important for them, then why should they have banned this? And apart from that, moving on, I just counter him what point she raised. Now, if we look at other things also, so as it is obviously pointed out by our fellow speaker who is in favor that it uniformity should be there in schools. We are not there to participate in any fancy dress competition, so that we have I have this you have this and this kind of things. And because this will bring a sense of inequality and promotes the inequality in itself. And apart from that, if we are just going to legalize the hijab, then many other community will also come. For example, we say that the Jain community, many of them are the Digambars. They will come and say, I will want to come naked. What would it would be looking like? Could you imagine that? So the personal liberty and right to freedom is also penalized, is also under some restrictions in our constitution. It is not given as per the and apart from that, if you talk about that, they should be given the chance to wear hijab. So there are many institutions that are meant for them and only, and in any other public place they are allowed to wear hijab. Only in educational institutions, and it's up to the educational institutions that they are regulating them. Not the government is directly coming to regulate the and implementing that. No, no, you can't wear hijab or anything as such. So it's not about thing. It's just a code of conduct, and I totally agree with the motion that the hijab or any other thing as such should be banned, because that would be the best thing possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gaurav, and thank you first of all for rebutting the people who had gone before you, rebutting your fellow debaters, because it is a debate and that is expected of you. You can quote your fellow debaters, and if you do not agree with any of their statement, you can rightly mention that. Secondly, thank you very much for clarifying the difference between hijab and its necessity, that is that its voluntary nature. It's not a compulsion and it is voluntary for the women to wear, and the turban, which is actually considered as a compulsion in Sikh. So now with that, I think it is the right time to call you Aditya. So Aditya, are you ready to go next? Let's see what you can add to this debate.
Hello everyone. So I am Aditya. I will be opposing the motion. Uh, just before few seconds, it was said by I couldn't recall the name who was the speaker, but actually he said that there is no mention of that particular hijab in Quran. But I want to mention just a point over here. Surah Nur 24 colon 31. If you will read, it speaks out that, or we can say it says out that women, particularly Muslim women, should cover their private parts and not expose their head covers, and also not the parts above the chests. So this is the thing which has been mentioned over there. The thing is that how we interpret these books, or we can say these Quran and the religious texts and all. So it all depends upon the religious interpretations of all these. So coming to the fundamental, we can say fundamental basis of the constitutionality of the hijab or something like this. So how judicious it is to force prohibitions for the reason of hijab. If hijab are planned for the public interest, it is very much tenable. I will quote an example. The medical student was allowed to write examinations wearing hijab in 2015 as per court orders. Wearing of dress comes under Article 19, subclause 1, subset A. And again, there was a case which was Dibya Yadav case, where Supreme Court held that right to wear dresses of a person's choice is his or her fundamental rights. So again, coming to Article 25, subset A, subset 1 mentions, it doesn't clearly mentions, but again, interpretations goes on like wearing a hijab is a religious right, we can say. Again, comparing to the Sikhs are also permitted to carry a dagger, and again, they are also given exemptions from wearing helmets. In the same way, my point is that it can be banned, but the thing is that the a good solution, or we can say the middle path can be that hijabs can be allowed, but just the thing is that the color can be the same as their uniform colors. So my point is that hijab is a fundamental right and it doesn't cause any problem to others. It is just up to the person who is wearing that, and it is not harming someone others. The thing is that if this will be the problem right now, then on the next day there will be problem on tilak, that Hindu should not have tilaks on their forehead. So there is no need to pump it with that much air. This is all about, in my opinion, there should be no discrimination on religion, cloth and color. This is all about.
Thank you very much, Aditya. And first of all, I'd like to appreciate your flexibility that initially wanted to speak in the support of motion, but for the convenience of and the smooth running of the debate, you switched your sides. So thank you for that. First of all, appreciated. Also, yeah, one point I think you very rightly mentioned that India is a diverse country, and here the sentiments related to one's religion are also very pertinent, very important to one person. And if today we ban hijab, then all sort of other problems like the people who want to wear tilak, that will also come under a controversy later on. So a middle solution to that can be that the headgears can be allowed, or could be given an allowance. And yes, the color can be decided so that it matches their uniform. It can be a very good middle solution. Now let's see the supporters of the motion if they can add anything more substantial to this debate. So who wants to go next? Gyan, Neelu, you both have, and Gaurav, you have spoken already. So, Prakash, Pritanshu, Sarni, Mukul, any one of you can come forward.
So may I go?
Yeah, Mukul.
So thank you, Pratiksha. Are we seeing India's continuing slide into minority suppression in the name of uniformity, or does a battle need to vacate complete religious practice in educational institution? There is a saying that there is no better challenge than defending the indefensible. My name is Mukul Dwivedi and I am in favor of motion. As India is a land of diversity, institutions are not meant to endorse or advance a religion. For this, religious didactic traditional purposes in madrasa and mathas goes on. Religious practices in institution does not only complicates educational environment, students are completely impressionable to it. Role of religious symbol including hijab in school and religion has been and continued to be a matter of controversy. The school is most important formal institution for realization of right of education, and do we play and abuse it in the name of religion? One of many absurd applications to pollute sacred temple of learning. We should be religious by heart, not by hijab or saffron. For those opposing motion, by crying out and referring freedom of religion, the religious freedom is too subservient under public order, morality, and other fundamental rights. Less or more, a person could choose his attire for herself, not affecting morality and public order. And if a campaign run to put or end to well system, how could legal covering can be put to hijab? In concluding myself, I strongly disagree with Aditya. Word hijab came 7 times in Quran, but not in context of dress code. Speaking of attire, freedom in pre-medical test, let's also talk about judgment of same court in 2022 when that court passes judgment that by discount of hijab, secularism will be affected. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mukul. And before moving forward, we have some new participants who joined to the debate a bit late. But let me ask them if they want to participate. Rinki, Pallavi, Soumya, are you people going to participate in the debate? Are you willing to speak or to put forward your opinion? Pallavi, Rinki, Soumya.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, Rinki, you're audible.
Thank you. अम, मेरा ये मानना है कि स्कूल में कोई भी सिंबल ये ज़रूरी नहीं है। मतलब ये ठीक नहीं है कि आप जैसे अब यूनिफ़ॉर्म स्कूल में क्यों लगाया जाता है? ताकि सब लोग एक तरह से दिखें और अलग से ये हिजाब वग़ैरह ये सब आता है तो उसमें सिंबल्स नज़र आ जाते हैं कि वो उस धर्म के हैं, ये इस धर्म के। तो मैं भी मेरा भी मानना है कि स्कूल में या कॉलेज में अगर वो स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी या फिर स्टेट कॉलेज या स्कूल है तो कॉलेज है तो उसमें कुछ टाइम के लिए ये मतलब हो सकता है, लेकिन फिर भी अगर वो एक स्थानीय कॉलेज है, तो उसमें नज़र आ जाता है हिजाब या फिर कोई सिंबल्स हो धर्म के लिए। सिर्फ़ हिजाब की ही बात नहीं है, अगर हम बात करें किसी भी हिंदू में भी बहुत सारी पगड़ी सिख में भी पगड़ी वगैरह सब कुछ होता है, तो कोई भी धर्म का सिंबल्स स्कूल या कॉलेज में नहीं होना चाहिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you very much, Rinki. Uh, Ritanshu, Prakash, Sarni.
May I?
Prakash? Yeah, Sarni. You can go.
Okay, so first of all, yeah, like we are discussing about the hijab issue. So this is a controversial issue about the nation worldwide, about the nation, not worldwide. Sorry for this. So this is not expected in the educational institution because we have created a bond between the children. And you know what, like in the Constitution, Article 13 says that like a conflict between any fundamental law and any other law should be void. And after all, Article 25, Clause 1, we have to the right of the practice and conscience of the religions. And before that, the Supreme Court gave a verdict about the certain community perform the tanda. So the battle of the tanda is because this is not a single practice of their religion. Like in the before that my followers say that hijab should be banned, but we can't exact say that hijab should be banned because every religion has a certain essential practice. So and I think our society does not have the enough measure to adopt this type of things. So yeah, that's
Sarni, you have time left in your hand. Would you like to continue?
okay. No, I have completed, I think, because it's my first day, so that's
It's okay, Sarni. We appreciate uh, your opinions. Thank you for contributing. And now, is there anyone who wants to oppose the motion? Anyone in the house who thinks that hijab or any other religious symbol should be allowed in school? I guess no one. So now we have two speakers left. Prakash, Shitanshu, who wants to go next? Who wants to speak next?
I will speak next.
Prakash?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
थैंक यू प्रतीक्षा। पहले वो आदित्य भाई ने जो एक केस बताकर स्टार्ट किया था, वहाँ से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे। 2016 में मेरे ख्याल से केरला हाई कोर्ट ने कहा था, एक एग्ज़ाम देने के मामले में हिजाब पहनना अलाउ कर दिया था, लेकिन एक गाइडलाइन के साथ कि आप एग्ज़ाम में 1 घंटा पहले पहुँचेंगी और आपकी पूरा हिजाब उतार के एक महिला रहेगी वो चेकिंग करेगी। फिर दोबारा 2018 में आमना बशीर बनाम केरला राज्य केस, अगर हम सही याद कर रहे हैं तो, इस पे केरला हाई कोर्ट की सिंगल बेंच ने ये ऑर्डर किया था कि एक संस्था के सामूहिक अधिकार एक व्यक्ति के व्यक्तिगत अधिकारों के ऊपर रहेंगे। इसलिए अगर संस्था ने, स्पेशली हिजाब को लेकर ही केस था, संस्था ने अपनी यूनिफॉर्म में हिजाब बैन किया है तो आप हिजाब पहनकर नहीं जा सकती। और पहले ही साफ कर दें, मेरा मत ये है कि जो चीज़ें एकदम एसेंशियल प्रैक्टिसेस हैं, जैसे सिख धर्म में 5 चीज़ें हैं, कड़ा, कृपाण, कचेरा, एक पगड़ी और एक चीज़ और हम भूल रहे हैं, 5 चीज़ें हैं। लेकिन स्टेट इन एकदम एसेंशियल चीज़ों को भी रेगुलेट करता है पब्लिक ऑर्डर के नाम पर, जैसे कि कृपाण। कृपाण यानी कि एक चाकू टाइप की चीज़ होती है। कृपाण लेकर कोई भी सिख भाई एयरप्लेन में नहीं जा सकता। तो एकदम एसेंशियल है, फिर भी हम रेगुलेट करते हैं। और रही इसकी बात कि इस्लाम का एसेंशियल पार्ट है कि नहीं हिजाब, तो मेरे ख्याल से नहीं है। किसी रिलीजियस टेक्स्ट पे न जाते हुए पहले तो वो फैमिली जो कि प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद की डायरेक्ट डिसेंडेंट कही जाती है, उन्होंने भी हिजाब त्याग दिया है। अभी 2-3 महीने पहले केरल के ही मुस्लिम एजुकेशन सोसाइटी, अगर हम सही नाम याद कर पा रहे हैं तो, जिसके अंडर में 150 इंस्टीट्यूशंस आते हैं, उन्होंने स्पेसिफिकली हिजाब बैन किया अपने इंस्टीट्यूशंस के यूनिफॉर्म में। अभी 2-3 महीने पहले की ही न्यूज़ है। केरल की ही गवर्नमेंट ने अभी कुछ दिन पहले कुछ लड़कियों ने परमिशन मांगी थी कि पुलिस की ड्रेस के साथ हिजाब पहनना अलाउ कीजिए, उन्होंने मना कर दिया। स्पेशली कर्नाटक के केस में इतना बवाल क्यों हुआ पता नहीं। तो जो भी एकदम से एसेंशियल प्रैक्टिसेस हैं उनको अलाउ करना चाहिए। और यहाँ एक पॉइंट हम और ऐड करना चाहेंगे, वो ये कि बचपन से हम यही पढ़े, या हम कहें कि हमें यही पढ़ाया गया कि एक लड़की का सर ढकना या उसका मुंह ढकना ये एक सामाजिक कुरीति है, इसे हमेशा डिस्करेज करना चाहिए। तो मेरे ख्याल से हिजाब के केस में भी हमें यही करना चाहिए, क्योंकि जब देवदत्त कामत कर्नाटक हाई कोर्ट में बहस कर रहे थे तो उसमें उन्होंने एक चीज़ कोट करी कि इस जब लड़की प्यूबर्टी में पहुंच जाती है तो उसके बाद उसका स्किन को एक्सपोज करना सही नहीं माना जाता, इसलिए हिजाब पहनना चाहिए। अब उन्होंने रेफरेंस पता नहीं क्या दिया था, रेफरेंस हम भूल गए, लेकिन इनका ये एग्जैक्ट स्टेटमेंट था। तो इस तरह की चीज़ों को हमें ये सवाल पूछना होगा कि क्या आज मॉडर्न सोसाइटी में हम लोग एक्सेप्ट करेंगे कि नहीं। तो दैट्स ऑल।
Thank you very much, Prakash, and you spoke really, really well. And you rebutted Aditya in a very great way. Thank you for mentioning Aditya. Even you, I'm sorry, I did not mention this before. Thank you very much for mentioning the references, for giving the references. And I think it's a very strong point in a debate कि आपके पास अगर फैक्ट्स हैं और उन फैक्ट्स के रेफरेंसेस हैं, प्लीज़ आप उन रेफरेंसेस को मेंशन करिए, वो आपके कंटेंट को और स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाते हैं। तो अ वेरी ग्रेट जॉब, अ वेरी वेरी गुड जॉब डन बाय प्रकाश एंड आदित्य। And now, Ritanshu, is there anyone who wants to oppose the motion, जिनको लगता है कि हिजाब या और कोई रिलीजियस सिंबल स्कूल में मतलब वो अलाउ होने चाहिए, दे शुड नॉट बी बैंड, ऐसा कोई है? ओके, रितांशु, रितांशु, I think Ritanshu is not here with us. So apart from that, Saloni and okay, Smita left. Saloni and Soumya, you joined us. So you can be a listener, of course. You can participate in our round two, but would you like to share your opinions before that? All right, people. I think now it's the time for us to move to round two. But as I had mentioned, before moving to round two, I have a very very important announcement to make, and that is that. On 15th of February, the TLD's very first e-magazine, which is titled "The Voice," is going to come out. And you know that the legendary debate group was its foundation was based on this vision, what that was to provide students with a platform where you can come and showcase your talent and enhance your skills, and you can also share your opinions. And with that objective in mind, we have taken a new initiative. TLD has taken a new initiative of starting its very first e-magazine, and the very first issue is going to come out on 15th of Feb. I hope you people will give it a lot of love. because, and I hope you people are very interested and enthusiastic for that, because I know we are. Because the most important thing about this magazine is that it is created, curated, and designed by your own classmates, and in a very in a very less time, I will just mention the salient feature of this magazine. It has several columns. First of all, it has a section of important headlines. We have columns written by students of various universities. We also have a section of Mystic India, in which we will introduce you to the exotic tribes of various parts of our country. We also have a UPSC corner for the aspirants and a talent hunt section as well. And most importantly, you guys can also contribute in it. You can give your piece of writing, artwork, or poem to get published in this magazine. All the information regarding that will be published in our official group very soon. And just sit tight and wait for our first e-magazine to come out. Now with that, let's move to round 2. And I hope you all know the rules of round 2. Very easy. You can shoot your question either to a particular person or in general, and whoever wants to answer that question can come up and answer it. So with that, who is going to ask the very first question of this debate? No questions?
Yes,
Hmm?
I want to just point out something over here, which was a ruling made by Supreme Court. So the ruling was that I think it was about Uniform Civil Code. So law commission was there, which was, I think, I couldn't recall it which law commission was there. So it recommended that that Uniform Civil Code law can be implemented in our country. But at the same time, there was a ruling by Supreme Court where it was mentioned that for a robust democracy, I will repeat, for a robust democracy to not just to sustain, but to smoothen it, there should be an approach, there should be a perspective where it will be, we can say, the, the, the guiding principles are like accommodating the diversity. This should be the approach. There should not be approach that something is bad for someone and it would be banned. So the approach should be accommodating the diversity, be it tilak, be it kripan, be it hijab or something like that. So it was a very important ruling of Supreme Court just 2 years ago. So this should also be keep in mind while discussing this very important issue which is burning out nowadays.
Thank you very much, Aditya. And building upon what Aditya said, I have a question for the house today. That uniforms, rightly said, it is meant to not to display the inequalities of a society, the differentiation between rich and poor, but at the same time, uh, I think it is also not meant to kill the individuality of every person. And also, I think there is this Western air that is going on in our nation, that today we are so busy in embracing the Western country that we are somewhere getting detached from our roots. So whoever supported this motion, this question is for every one of you, that don't you think if we allow hijab or headgears of any which could display which could be a part of any religious symbol, don't you think it will help to promote a child's attachment to their culture?
Yeah, I want to answer that. Am I audible?
Yes, Gaurav, you are.
Okay, so you said that it should promote the religious identity of that person, and it should give some more attachment to him. But if you look at this, we are not going into the private space of any person. We are not torturing any individual. I have made this clear before also. Here, government is not making rule. You are in public sphere, and public rules are more mandatory here when we are in educational institution than the personal liberty. And for instance, hijab is a patriarchal thing at all. It is implemented by, and so for instance, a topper from the Jammu and Kashmir, 12th topper, she was on social media lashed out for not wearing hijab when her photo came on media, and when she gave the photographs for media. So by the males and their society, if it is a choice, we are saying here that it is a choice, hijab is a choice and all that. So why if she is not wearing, why their own community is lashing out in the same manner? In our community, in Hindu community, ghungat is there. In that same manner, hijab is there. So it's a symbol of dominance and patriarchal sign. So we should not allow this at all. Thank you.
So, is there anyone who wants to oppose Gaurav? Okay, all right, Gaurav.
Not Diksha, but I would like to just add one point. You said that we want to promote our culture. But I would like to ask that why we need to promote our culture in educational institutions or um, bring that in our professionalism. Why can't we practice that outside in our homes or in temples or mosques or churches or gurudwaras or anything else?
Gyanchand, I would like to answer you. See, the thing is that why in election, or we can say why religion is a very feasible thing to, we can say, appease in Indian politics. In the same way, just we can say in a positive way. It just let me complete, then you will speak. Educational institution is a very formal institution. We can say it is a very formal institution to implement something. Either it is positive, of course, if something we want to be implemented, educational institution is a very good thing, or we can say it is a very feasible institution to have it implemented. So this is the approach, and this should be the answer in my view.
But I think nation comes first, Aditya. I think instead of a religion, nation should come first. So we should think about our nation, future of
So
our nation,
now,
instead of
now
propagating
just
our
what
different
what I
religions.
can say is that now the nationalism has came out in this debate, and yes, again it will dominate it
I think wait,
everywhere. See,
I
the
will.
thing is that the major thing is that what is
Nationalism
going
should
on in
come from every
Karnataka. See,
nation first.
what is going on in Karnataka, the thing is that there is not a very big deal in that. The thing is that we are just pumping it with air, and that air is being fueled by nationalism. That is the thing which is going on. So the thing I would like also I would like to add something also. In convocation of BHU, that is a very prominent institution of our country, of which we are also a part. In convocation, every student from Hinduism, from Islam, from Sikhism, from Jainism, or from any religion, he or she wears a particular dress, and it is kurta and pajama, and on the head there will be safa and all, whatever it is. So why can't we accommodate the dresses in these institutions as well? See, the thing is that in convocation we can, why not on a formal day as well, like on regular days as well. So this is my point as well, that we should accommodate it. The thing is that we should point it out in a very positive manner, not in such a way which is going on, and it again it will not be good for communal harmony of our country. This is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I will
very
answer this.
okay.
Wait, Gaurav, I will answer this. Uh, हिजाब के कंटेक्स्ट में पहले तो ये कि पहले तो ये चेक करें हम लोग कि क्या हिजाब एक सामाजिक कुरीति है कि नहीं, इसको पहनाया क्यों जा रहा है। जैसा कि किसी ने कहा पेट्रियार्की या मेल डोमिनेंस, या जैसा कि वकील साहब ने कर्नाटक हाई कोर्ट में कहा कि प्यूबर्टी अटेन करने के बाद लड़कियों का स्किन एक्सपोज करना सही नहीं है, इसलिए हिजाब पहनना ज़रूरी है, ऐसा रिलीजन कहता है। अब देवदत्त कामत साहब ने कहा, तो इसलिए हिजाब के कंटेक्स्ट में ये। और जहाँ तक इंस्टीट्यूशंस में यूनिफॉर्म लागू करने या न लागू करने की बात है, तो ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली इंस्टीट्यूशन का अपना राइट है। कई सारे इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं जो यूनिफॉर्म लागू करते हैं, जैसा कि उडुपी के उस स्कूल ने किया था, उन्होंने अपना यूनिफॉर्म लागू किया था। और जैसा कि जिस कॉलेज में हम पढ़ते हैं वहाँ कोई यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है, वहाँ जिस लड़की का मन करता है हिजाब पहन कर आती है, किसी का मन नहीं करता नहीं पहन कर आती, हमारी जो इच्छा होती है वो पहन कर जाते हैं। तो अगर एक इंस्टीट्यूट ने अपना एक यूनिफॉर्म डिसाइड किया है और उस यूनिफॉर्म में हिजाब पार्ट नहीं है, तो आपके पास ये अधिकार भी तो है कि आप इंस्टीट्यूट स्विच कर सकते हैं। अब अचानक से सेशन के बीच में 4-6 लड़कियां अचानक से ऐसे हिजाब पहन के आने लगे, फिर इतना बड़ा बवाल खड़ा हो, जबकि उसके पहले वो नहीं पहन रही थी, ये कहीं न कहीं क्वेश्चनेबल है। उसके बाद शायद हमें क्या कहना था, हम भूल गए।
Can I?
Okay.
एक सेकंड। हेलो, ये
जी
जो
रिंकी
अभी
कहिए।
स्कीम की बात, हाँ, ये जो अभी स्किन की बात की है कि वो शायद हटा देने पर स्किन प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी। तो अगर हेल्थ की बात हो रही है तो मैं यहाँ पे ये भी बोलना चाहूँगी कि जब हेल्थी की बात है तो छोटा-सा मास्क लगाने पे लोग वो महसूस करते हैं, मतलब
नहीं, नहीं,
जैसे
रिंकी जी,
उगना
वेट,
टाइप
वेट, वेट।
होता
वो स्किन प्रॉब्लम की बात नहीं कर रहे थे। वो मतलब कैसे, मतलब उसको वर्ड्स में कहें,
है।
वो
अरे मैं समझ रही हूँ, मैं
Prakash, please
हाँ, मैं
let her
समझ रही
complete.
हूँ।
Once.
ओके, ओके।
ओके, तो अगर हम वहाँ के ऊपर तो पूरा ढके रहते हैं सिर्फ वो हिजाब से, तो उन्हें उसमें कैसा फील होता होगा। लेकिन फिर भी वो खुद लोग इसका उसके अगेंस्ट है, वो नहीं समझ रहे इस बात को, तो उसे कौन समझा।
Rinki, your voice is not audible. You are not audible.
क्यों थोड़ा से करके मतलब ढक कर रहना चाहिए। ऐसे में तो अगर हिंदुओं में होता पर्दा प्रथा का भी, तब तो पर्दा प्रथा की जरूरत नहीं होती। जब ऐसे ही शर्म और ये ढकना देखा जाए तो कल्चर।
Yes, her voice was breaking. Agreed. So, is there anyone else who wants to step up and put forward their opinions? Also, yes, did I hear some?
Pratiksha,
जी ज्ञान कहिए.
yeah, one point, Aditya quoted an example of BHU convocation that it had some kind of dress code on that day or not on other day. But I would say that in 2018, Kerala High Court ruled that private institutions to have fundamental right to determine dress codes and implement that according to their rules. Again, Bombay High Court in 2001 said that banning hijab in educational institution is not the violation of Article 25. So I think uh, different educational institutions have their dress code of their type, and we must respect that. If we want to hear hijab or cross or tilak or saffron scarves, then we can go to other place like
Uh,
madrasas or mats or anywhere.
okay, okay, Gyan, we got your point. And since we are running out of time, I have two very important questions, and I want to hear what you people think about those questions. So my question number one is that we all say, someone asked rightly that nation or religion, what comes first, what come first, right? So first of all, I know that India is a secular nation, but don't you think most of the time the onus of displaying the secularism falls on the minorities? Because take examples of central institutes like Kendra Vidyalaya or Navodaya. वहाँ पे सरस्वती वंदना होती है, बिफोर द इनोग्रेशन ऑफ एनी गवर्नमेंट प्रोजेक्ट वहाँ पे पूजा होता है। तो जो मेजोरिटेरियन रिलीजन है वो तो कहीं ना कहीं जो सेक्युलरिज्म का जो प्रमोट करने वाले लोग थे, द मिनिस्टर्स हु आर एक्चुअली रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू प्रमोट द सेक्युलरिज्म ऑफ द नेशन, they somewhere do not follow it. They do somehow propagate their own religion if they get the opportunity. So don't you feel when we start talking about secularism, the onus of showing that falls on the minorities? This is my question number one. And my question number two is, let's think very pragmatically. Agar if right now the government, sorry, the court, if it rules against it that the hijab should be banned, strictly banned, so there could be a good chance that the students who are protesting against it, their parents could be staunch follower or orthodox in nature, and they would remove their girls from the school, which would cause a very uh, which would disrupt their education. And right now there are many girls who are minors and they do not have the say in their family, and their education will get disrupted because of this strict rules. So what do you think on that?
So should I answer both or Should I answer first one and other one?
Yeah, it's your wish. You can answer both, but please keep it short because we also want to listen to other what other people want to say.
Okay, so I am answering your first question because I know anyone would like to answer both, so anyone could answer second as well. So you said that onus of keeping secularism lies on minority. That was your point, Pratiksha, right?
Yes.
I don't really believe that onus of keeping secularism lies on minority as well. Minority every time. I feel that honors of keeping secularism or maintaining secularism lies on majority most of the times, because you quoted Saraswati Vandana that takes place in some of the education institutions, or Saraswati Puja, but if we take other context, then you know, here in India, the mosques and churches and gurdwaras are not in the control of government. They have the right to manage as per their Waqf board, and uh, they do not donate or pay taxes in government fund, but government takes large amount of funds from temples, and in Tamil Nadu especially, and in other parts of our country also, more and more people are demanding to free Hindu temples, but government is not doing that because it earns a high amount of revenue from that. So we can't really say that onus of maintaining secularism lies on minority. I think majority are maintaining much more, because if you say that okay, we are stopping Saraswati Bandhana wherever it takes place, because it doesn't take place everywhere, and we are uh, having some other secular prayer or just our national anthem, and we are freeing in the temples, Hindu temples, then it would be okay. I don't have any issue, but I don't really agree with you, Pratiksha, on that point.
Okay, I want to add something. Um, as you shared that there is a majority appeasement, but I think every time there is a minority appeasement at all. First thing we need to understand: are they really in minority, whom we are calling minority? I don't think so. They are the second majority of this country, and we need to accept it as soon as possible. They are almost 16 to 70% of a nation, and in many of the states, they are the most populous religion. So we can't say that they are minority at all. And second thing, the minorities who are like Jains and Bodhs, they are not getting the benefit. The others are getting their benefits. And apart from that, you said that the makers are favoring them, the majority, but this is not the case. If you look at, they also have the problem with our national song, with our national anthem. They can't sing that as well. So how much minority appeasement we are doing, we need to look at that only at that moment. First of all, we need to solve this. And this is what I want to add. And I know that we are running out of time. I have many words to say, but I would conclude here.
थैंक यू एंड इज देयर एनीवन हु वांट्स टू आंसर माय सेकंड क्वेश्चन कि अगर अभी गवर्नमेंट बैन कर देती है हिजाब को पूरी तरह कि नहीं आपको नहीं पहनना हिजाब, तो जो लड़कियां जिनके परिवार वाले उनको बिना हिजाब के स्कूल नहीं भेजने दे रहे हैं उनको वो हटा देंगे स्कूल से, उनके एजुकेशन का लॉस होगा, तो डूइंग दैट डू यू थिंक इज इट will that prove to be very really beneficial banning hijab? करंट सिचुएशन को देखिए और उसके अकॉर्डिंग आंसर दीजिए.
हम आंसर करते हैं.
So can I answer it?
Please go one by one and please keep it short.
Okay, go ahead, Prakash.
तो हिजाब को बैन करना सही नहीं है, डिस्करेज करना ठीक है धीरे धीरे, जैसे कि एक योजना भी राजस्थान गवर्नमेंट की चल रही है घूंघट मुक्त जयपुर, ऐसे ही एजुकेशन के थ्रू डिस्करेज करना ठीक है, एकदम एक साथ पूरे उस पर बैन नहीं कर देना है. साथ ही इंस्टीट्यूशंस को ये आज़ादी भी देनी चाहिए कि वो अपना ड्रेस कोड तय करें और उसमें हिजाब पे पाबंदी लगा सकें इंस्टीट्यूशंस अपने ड्रेस कोड में। सिर्फ स्कूल ही नहीं, जैसे कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी कोई हिजाब पहन के आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि उसका भी अपना एक ड्रेस है। वैसे ही और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बाहर वो जो चाहे पहन सकते हैं, और वैसे पब्लिक प्लेस में हमें डिस्करेज करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये एक सामाजिक कुरीति है, इसलिए।
Okay, thank you, Prakash. Aditya, you can go next.
Almost my points were the same, and just I want to make a point over here, particularly in the case of India. So my point is that all the evils are not situated, or we can say all the evils are not located or placed in just a single religion over it. This is all about, and again we should be very our approach should be very collegial to all the religions as well. If this will be the flow of our nation, then of course we can say in the near future it will be not good for our country or for a robust democracy. This is all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you very.
Pratiksha, I
हाँ
feel that
ठीक है.
law of land should prevail. You said that बहुत सारी मुस्लिम लड़कियां स्कूल नहीं जा पाएंगी अगर हिजाब बैन होता है, तो उनके पेरेंट्स नहीं भेजेंगे। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वो वाकई नहीं भेजेंगे, क्योंकि वही पेरेंट्स तो एक महीना पहले तक स्कूल भेज रहे थे और वो बिना हिजाब के जा रही थी। कई सारे वीडियोज आए हैं, अगर आप कहेंगे तो मैं शेयर कर दूंगा। फोटोज आए हैं, इंडिया टुडे का आर्टिकल है उस पे। तो जैसे आपने कहा था स्टार्टिंग में प्रतीक्षा, मैंने सुना कि ये एक रेडिकल आउटफिट्स का मूवमेंट है, जो PF5 है, कैंपस फ्रंट ऑफ इंडिया इन्वॉल्व है। तो इनका ज्यादा मुझे लगता है, नहीं तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वो स्कूल नहीं भेजेंगे।
Gyanchand sir, I have just a single statement for you. Something can be supreme but can't be infallible. That's all.
हाँ सही है, समथिंग कैन बी सुप्रीम बट कांट बी इनफैलिएबल, बट सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज द हाईएस्ट कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस एंड वी कांट रूल दैट in current context really.
Yes, and I ask, or I can say I urge you all to just read Junior Gadpa Junior's book, Supreme Court of India. So this is all about. If someone will read, will come to know what is the actual situation of our judiciary.
Yeah, I know actual situation of judiciary is very worst and no one wants to reform that. However, it is a different issue, but in today's context, in current context, we can't just rule Supreme Courts or highest courts judgment really.
एक चीज हम और कहना चाहेंगे कि अगर पॉलिटिकल एंगल की बात होगी तो एक सवाल ये भी उठना चाहिए कि 3 महीने पहले जब मुस्लिम एजुकेशन सोसाइटी केरला में हिजाब बैन करती है तो सब लोग एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, और सडनली यहाँ पर जो रूल आई थिंक 1995 से बना है स्कूल में, उसके लिए इतना बड़ा बवाल हो जाता है। तो केरला में तो सबने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, नेशनल कहीं पर भी बवाल नहीं हुआ।
Thank you, Prakash. And I think it is the time that now we will move to the concluding statements by every participant of ours. But before that,
हेलो
जी मंगलेश, आप 2 मिनट रुक जाएंगे, क्योंकि अब इसके बाद आप एक्चुअली बहुत आपने लेट स्टार्ट किया बोलना, बट हम लास्ट में सबका कंक्लूडिंग स्टेटमेंट लेंगे, तो आप तब बोल सकते हैं। ओके,
ठीक है
सो जी, तो I think it was Gaurav who mentioned that about the minority appeasement. So that there are institutions and that we do not tax them, but as much as my knowledge is there, that we do not even tax the temples. And also हम उनको appease क्यों कर रहे हैं? Because initially before the division of India took place, apparently the reservations were going to
टैक्स करते हैं। हेलो हेलो
okay Mangesh, thank you for correcting me. Thank you for correcting me. So before the division of the India was going to take place, the minorities were also the people had thought that they were also going to give reservations to the minorities. But after the division of India happened, that is, it was partitioned into Pakistan and India, उसके बाद से इस रिजर्वेशन को हटा दिया गया। और जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी ने एक बहुत अच्छा स्टेटमेंट, आई डोंट नो इफ इट इज़ गुड और बैड, अब ये इंटरप्रिटेशन के लिए ओपन है। उन्होंने एक स्टेटमेंट दिया था कि माइनॉरिटीज़ विल हैव टू पुट देयर फेथ इन द हैंड ऑफ मेजॉरिटी, और जो रिलीजियस माइनॉरिटीज़ थी उनको रिलीजियस प्रोटेक्शन प्रोवाइड किया गया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के थ्रू, और जो कास्ट बेस्ड माइनॉरिटीज़ माइनॉरिटीज़ थी या जो डिसएडवांटेजेस ग्रुप थे उनको हमने रिजर्वेशन दिया, दैट इज़ इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल सिक्योरिटी उनको प्रोवाइड की थी. तो दिस हैड हैपेंड, दैट्स व्हाई वी अपीज religious minority by giving them religious protection. So that was all I wanted to say. Now after that, moving on to the concluding statements by everyone. Gaurav, you can give your opinion at the end in the concluding statements because we are running out of the time right now. So Manglesh, because you were going to start, तो आपसे start करते हैं. आपका
हाँ
concluding
तो
statement क्या है?
अच्छा, मैं पहले आपके पहले वाले सवाल का जवाब दे रहा था कि 1957 में जो आपने मेजोरिटी एपिजमेंट वाली बात करी, 1957 से एक राजस्थान में सरकार का नियम है कि आप मृत्यु भोज नहीं कर सकते, पनिशेबल ऑफेंस है वहाँ पे, जो कि हिंदुओं का मतलब महत्वपूर्ण होता है हिंदुओं में कि मृत्यु भोज कराते हैं मरने के बाद. फिर से अभी 1-2 महीने पहले ये तय हुआ आईआईटी रुड़की में, जब एजुकेशनल इनकी बात हो रही इंस्टीट्यूशन की, तो कि हिंदू झटका मांस खाते हैं और मुस्लिम हलाल मांस खाते हैं. तो कॉलेज ने तय किया कि सिर्फ हलाल मांस बेची जाए, क्योंकि हिंदुओं में नेसेसरी नहीं है कि आप झटका ही खाए, कुछ भी खा सकते हैं. यहाँ तक कि एयर इंडिया में भी सिर्फ हलाल परोसा जाता है. भारतीय टीम को 1 महीने पहले ये तय हुआ कि सिर्फ हलाल मांस परोसा जाएगा, जो कि मतलब मुस्लिमों के लिए नेसेसरी, हिंदुओं के लिए झटका होता है, लेकिन वो कुछ भी खा सकते हैं. और दूसरी
Would you
बात
like to? जी
और
जी.
दूसरी बात आदित्य ने एक बार कही थी कि क्या ऐसा होगा कि हम लोग मतलब हिजाब से बहस शुरू होगी, तिलक पे जाएगी, फिर धागे पे जाएगी और कहीं कहीं जाएगी, जब क्योंकि आपने ये रिलीजियस कंफ्लिक्ट के तौर पे देखा, जबकि ऐसा भी हुआ था कि केरला में ही 5 से 6 साल पहले किसी कोचिंग सेंटर ने मुस्लिम लड़कियों जो हिजाब पहनती हैं उनके लिए पर्दा व्यवस्था कर दी थी, क्योंकि मुस्लिमों में मतलब शिक्षा इनके लिए जरूरी नहीं है, मुस्लिमों के लिए, मुस्लिम लड़कियों के लिए. तो हम लोग ये भी इससे अनुमान लगा सकते हैं कि व्यवस्था वहाँ भी जा सकती है धीरे धीरे, कि हम पढ़ने ही नहीं भेजेंगे.
Thank you, Manglesh. Moving on, Aditya Bhushan, you have joined us new. Do you have any concluding statement? Do you want to say anything?
Not really. I have just joined to observe and to gain
Uh,
knowledge.
okay. Thank you. Aditya Singh, your concluding statement, quickly.
We shouldn't, what should I say? Yes, we shouldn't ban it right now. By the time it will be on its good place.
Gaurav Singh, your concluding statement, quickly.
Let the law prevail, and let the institution decide what they want to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. Gyan.
Yeah, I would just reply you. You said that if we give minorities security, then you call it as appeasement. I disagree that we call minority appeasement uh, in the name of security. और जैसे कि आपने कहा कि जवाहरलाल नेहरू का स्टेटमेंट कोट किया कि हम फेथ, I don't remember what was that exactly, but it was something like that. We would have to put our faith in majority. So,
Yes,
तो
Gyan, it was that.
तो मुझे लगता है कि हमारे अल्पसंख्यक खासतौर पर अगर हम मुस्लिमों की बात करें तो उन्हें मेजोरिटी में फेथ थी, तभी वो भारत में रुके, क्योंकि जो बंटवारा देश का हुआ था वो कम्युनल लाइंस पे हुआ था और ये कोई नहीं डिनाई कर सकता. और अगर आप देखें तो 1946 में जो चुनाव हुई थी, मुस्लिम लीग और कांग्रेस उसमें 2 मेजर पार्टी थी, और मुस्लिम लीग का एक ही एजेंडा था, वो था भारत का विभाजन और धर्म के नाम पर एक सेपरेट पाकिस्तान का
Gyan, I'm
निर्माण.
very sorry, but we are really running out of time. I need your concluding statement now.
या तो उस चुनाव में 80-90% मुसलमानों ने मुस्लिम लीग के लिए वोट दिया था, जो पाकिस्तान का निर्माण कराना चाहती थी धर्म के आधार पर, और कांग्रेस को उन्होंने वोट नहीं दिया था. लेकिन फिर भी काफी भारी मात्रा में मुसलमान भारत में रुके, क्योंकि उन्हें मेजोरिटी पे भरोसा था. दे हैड फेथ इन मेजोरिटी. सो एंड हिजाब मस्ट बी बैंड. आई कैन से दिस ओनली.
Thank you. Thank you. Prakash, your concluding statement, quickly.
हम यही कहेंगे कि हिजाब बैन नहीं करना चाहिए, डिस्करेज करना चाहिए, और साथ ही इंस्टीट्यूशंस को फ्रीडम होनी चाहिए अपनी यूनिफॉर्म डिसाइड करने की. और यूनिफॉर्म डिसाइड करते समय वो एसेंशियल रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिसेस बैन नहीं कर सकते कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली. बाकी वो कुछ भी डिसाइड कर सकते हैं. जिसको यूनिफॉर्म पसंद ना हो,
Okay, Prakash, your voice stopped coming. So we'll move on. Neelu, आपका कंक्लूडिंग स्टेटमेंट क्या होगा?
तो मेरा कंक्लूजन लास्ट
ना
में
था
यही है कि ओके, तो मेरा कंक्लूज़न ये है कि जैसा एक तो सबसे पहली बात कि यूनिफ़ॉर्म डिसाइड करने का फ्रीडम ऑब्वियसली इंस्टीट्यूशन पे होना चाहिए। और जैसा कि बस थोड़ा टाइम के लिए मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगी कि जैसा कि तभी आपने बोला था कि इससे हो सकता है कि गर्ल्स का एजुकेशन पे डिस्टर्बेंस आए, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि आई नो कि स्कूल सिर्फ़ एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड नहीं करती है, बाकी अगर सिर्फ़ एजुकेशन को देखा जाए तो अगर लड़कियों के पेरेंट्स उन्हें स्कूल नहीं भी भेजते हैं, तो अगर आज के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में देखा जाए तो आज पढ़ाई करने के लिए बहुत सारा ऑप्शन है, नेट है, यूट्यूब है, गूगल है, लॉट्स ऑफ ऑप्शंस इज़ अवेलेबल एंड हम लोगों को एट अ सर्टेन टाइम बैन नहीं करना चाहिए बिकॉज़ देयर इज़ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम अराइज़। हम लोगों को डिस्करेज करना चाहिए और बाकी लास्ट में फ्रीडम जो है वो इंस्टीट्यूशन के ऊपर ही होना चाहिए कि उन्हें कौन-सी यूनिफ़ॉर्म डिसाइड करनी है कि कौन-सा पहनना है, कौन-सा नहीं पहनना है।
थैंक यू नीलू। सारनी, आपका कंक्लूडिंग स्टेटमेंट क्या होगा?
So I think every lesson is a sensual practice. So I don't think hijab is now prohibited. So yeah, that's my concluded sentences.
Thank you very much, Sarni. And I think, okay, Rinki, do you have any concluding statement here? And Aditya Singh has mentioned one comment, I guess, accommodate the difference rather than wiping out the difference. Okay, thank you very much, Aditya. And I think आवाज़ नहीं आ रही. Okay, Rinki, I think आपके यहाँ कोई network का problem होगा. And with that, every participant of ours have given a concluding statement, and officially this debate I think has come to an end now. And thank you very much all the participants who joined. uh, Aditya Bhushan, Aditya Singh, Anshika Singh, Gaurav Singh, Gyan Chandra, Ritika Verma, Manglesh Kumar, Neelu Kumari, Prakash Singh, Prerna Singh, Rinki Bharti, Sarni, Saurabh Ranjan. Thank you very much. This debate was very productive and आप सब ने अपने comments दिए and it's great to see your contribution and hope so हम सब मिलेंगे in the next debate. इससे ज़्यादा fierce होगा, इससे ज़्यादा आप लोग contribute करेंगे and be prepared on 15th for our e-magazine. Thank you very much. With that, have a great night and meet you soon. Sayonara.